Mountains are the guardians of our planet. They rise above the land like timeless monuments, silent witnesses of history. Their peaks touch the sky, covered in snow that glows under the sun, while their valleys hold rivers, forests, and life itself. Mountains are not only landscapes, they are symbols of strength, endurance, and mystery. For centuries, they have inspired explorers, poets, and dreamers. They remind us that greatness is not reached in a single step, but in a long journey upward. In this video, we will travel through the world of mountains, their beauty, their secrets, and the lessons they teach us. From the highest peaks to the hidden valleys, from ancient legends to modern discoveries, the story of mountains is the story of life itself. Mountains are more than just stone and snow. They are symbols of strength, endurance, and timelessness. Across cultures and centuries, mountains have been seen as sacred places, homes of gods, and sources of wisdom. Their peaks remind us of goals that seem unreachable, yet inspire us to climb higher. In ancient times, people believed mountains touched the heavens. The Himalayas were seen as the dwelling of gods, Olympus in Greece was the throne of Zeus, and Mount Fuji in Japan became a symbol of purity and beauty. These beliefs show how deeply mountains shaped human imagination and spirituality. Mountains teach us patience. They rise slowly, formed over millions of years, yet they stand unshaken. They teach us resilience, as they endure storms, winds, and time itself. They remind us that greatness is not about speed, but about persistence. For climbers and travelers, mountains are challenges. Every step upward is a test of strength, courage, and determination. Yet reaching the summit is not only about conquering the mountain, it is about conquering ourselves. The journey teaches humility, because the mountain always remains greater than us. Mountains are silent teachers. They do not speak, yet they tell us everything we need to know about endurance, balance, and the pursuit of higher goals. To look at a mountain is to look at eternity. Mountains are not empty. They are alive. Every slope, every valley, and every peak holds a world of its own. Life in the mountains is unique, shaped by altitude, climate, and silence. At lower slopes, forests thrive, pine, oak, and birch trees stretch toward the sky. Higher up, the air grows thinner, and only hardy plants survive, alpine flowers, mosses, and shrubs that cling to rocks. These plants are not fragile, they are strong, adapted to cold winds and poor soil. Their beauty lies in resilience. Animals here are masters of survival. Eagles soar above cliffs, watching with sharp eyes. Mountain goats leap across rocks with grace. Bears wander through forests, searching for food before winter sleep. Even the smallest creatures, insects, birds, and rodents, play their role in the balance of life. Each species tells a story of adaptation. People have lived in mountains for centuries. Villages built on slopes show human determination. Shepherds guide their flocks, farmers grow crops in narrow terraces, and communities survive in places where life is hard but meaningful. For them, mountains are not obstacles, they are home. Traditions, songs, and stories born here carry the spirit of endurance. Life in the mountains teaches us simplicity. Here, survival depends on respect for nature. People learn to live with less, to value silence, and to find strength in community. The mountain lifestyle is not easy, but it is pure, shaped by the rhythm of nature itself. Mountains are alive. They breathe through forests, they speak through rivers, and they shelter both animals and humans. To live in the mountains is to live closer to the essence of life. Mountains are not only natural wonders, they are also places of myth and legend. For centuries, people have looked at their peaks and imagined gods, spirits, and heroes living among the clouds. In Greece, Mount Olympus was believed to be the home of the gods, where Zeus ruled the heavens. In Japan, Mount Fuji became a sacred symbol of purity and inspiration, often appearing in art and poetry. In the Andes, mountains were worshipped as protectors, with rituals performed to honor their spirits. In Tibet, the Himalayas were seen as gateways to enlightenment, sacred places where monks sought wisdom. Mountains also hold human stories, tales of courage, struggle, and triumph. The first climbers who reached the summit of Everest faced unimaginable challenges, yet their determination inspired generations. Every mountain has its heroes, people who dared to climb higher and discover the unknown. Legends remind us that mountains are more than stone. They are symbols of mystery, places where human imagination meets the natural world. Whether through myth or adventure, mountains continue to inspire stories that live forever. To listen to the legends of mountains is to listen to humanity's dreams. They show us how deeply we are connected to these silent giants, and how they shape not only the land, but also our imagination. Mountains are not only symbols and stories, they are also scientific wonders. Their formation, their climate, and their role in the planet's balance reveal the incredible power of nature. Mountains are created by the movement of the Earth itself. When tectonic plates collide, the land rises, forming peaks that reach the sky. The Himalayas, for example, are still growing today, as the Indian plate pushes against the Eurasian plate. This slow but unstoppable force shows us that the Earth is alive, constantly changing. Mountains shape weather. They block winds, create rain shadows, and influence entire regions. As we climb higher, the air grows thinner, temperatures drop, and life becomes more difficult. This is why mountains are both beautiful and dangerous. They challenge every living thing that dares to rise above. Most of the world's great rivers begin in mountains. Snow melts into streams, streams join into rivers, and rivers carry life across continents. Without mountains, many lands would be dry and lifeless. They are the water towers of the earth, storing and releasing life-giving water. Mountains are home to unique ecosystems. From alpine meadows to icy glaciers, they host plants and animals found nowhere else. They are fragile environments, sensitive to climate change, yet vital for the balance of our planet. Science shows us that mountains are not eternal. They rise, they erode, they change. Yet in their slow rhythm, they remind us of patience and transformation. They are proof that even the strongest things are shaped by time. Mountains are living laboratories. They teach us about the Earth's past, shape our present, and influence our future. To study a mountain is to study the heartbeat of the planet. Mountains are everywhere, shaping continents and cultures. Each range has its own character, its own story, and its own lessons to teach. The Himalayas are the highest mountains on Earth. Everest, towering above all, is a symbol of human ambition. These peaks are sacred in many cultures, seen as homes of gods and places of enlightenment. Their glaciers feed rivers that sustain millions of people. The Alps stretch across Central Europe, shaping history, culture, and travel. They are home to picturesque villages, winter sports, and traditions that connect people to the land. The Alps remind us that mountains can be both natural wonders and cultural treasures. Kilimanjaro rises alone in Tanzania, its snow-capped peak standing above the savanna. It is a symbol of Africa's beauty and resilience. The Atlas Mountains, meanwhile, stretch across Morocco, shaping the lives of communities for centuries. The Rocky Mountains are vast and wild, stretching across the continent. They are home to national parks, wildlife, and endless forests. For many, the Rockies represent adventure and freedom, a place where nature remains untamed. The Andes are the longest mountain range in the world. They hold ancient cities like Machu Picchu, stories of civilizations, and landscapes that shift from deserts to glaciers. The Andes are a living museum of history and nature. Even in Australia, mountains rise, the great dividing range shaping the land. And in Antarctica, icy peaks stand in silence, untouched by human life, reminding us of the planet's extremes. Every continent has its mountains, each with its own voice. Together, they form a global symphony, a reminder that no matter where we are, mountains connect us to the Earth's strength and beauty. Mountains are not only natural wonders, they are places where humans test their limits, seek peace, and find meaning. Our connection to mountains is both physical and spiritual. Climbers challenge themselves against steep cliffs, hikers walk endless trails, and skiers glide down snowy slopes. For many, mountains are arenas of adventure, places where adrenaline meets beauty. Every climb is a lesson in courage, every descent a reminder of nature's power. Millions of people travel to mountains each year. They come to breathe fresh air, to escape the noise of cities, and to discover landscapes that inspire awe. Mountain tourism brings cultures together, offering both relaxation and challenge. For others, mountains are places of reflection. The silence of high peaks allows people to think deeply, to meditate, and to reconnect with themselves. Standing on a summit, one feels both small and infinite, humbled by the vastness of the world. Yet our connection to mountains also brings responsibility. Tourism must be balanced with preservation. Adventure must respect safety. And our admiration must be matched with care, because mountains are fragile, and their ecosystems depend on our respect. Mountains connect us to our deepest selves. Whether through sport, travel, or reflection, they remind us that life is a journey upward, full of challenges, but also full of beauty. Mountains may seem eternal, but they are changing. The future of mountains depends not only on nature itself, but also on how humanity treats them. Glaciers, once vast and permanent, are melting. Rivers that depend on mountain ice are shrinking, threatening millions of people who rely on them for water. The white crowns of peaks are disappearing, reminding us that even the strongest landscapes are vulnerable. Animals and plants adapted to mountain life face new challenges. Warmer temperatures push species higher, reducing their habitats. Some may vanish forever if balance is not restored. The fragile ecosystems of mountains are signals of the planet's health. Tourism, mining, and deforestation leave scars on mountains. Roads cut through forests, pollution reaches even the highest peaks, and careless actions disturb the silence of nature. What we do today will decide whether mountains remain places of wonder or become places of loss. Yet there is hope. Protected areas, national parks, and conservation projects are growing. Communities are learning to balance tourism with respect. Scientists and activists are working to save glaciers, forests, and wildlife. Every effort counts, because mountains are not only natural treasures, they are lifelines for humanity. The future of mountains is the future of us. If they fall, we fall. If they endure, we endure. Protecting mountains means protecting the rhythm of life itself. Mountains have stood for millions of years, but their tomorrow depends on our choices today. To care for them is to care for the earth, and for generations yet to come. Mountains have guided us through symbols, life, legends, science, and the future. They are more than landscapes, they are teachers, guardians, and mirrors of our own journey. We have seen how mountains inspire strength, how life thrives in their valleys, how myths and stories give them meaning, how science reveals their secrets, and how they shape continents and cultures. We have also learned that their future depends on us, on our respect, our care, and our choices. Mountains remind us that greatness is not reached in a single step. It is built slowly, with patience and endurance. Just as peaks rise above the clouds, we too can rise above challenges, if we walk steadily and never give up. To look at a mountain is to look at eternity. To climb a mountain is to climb within ourselves. And to protect a mountain is to protect the earth, and the generations yet to come. The story of mountains is the story of life, timeless, powerful, and endlessly inspiring.